Hey guys, I wasn't gonna pop on here because I already made like a video for the self-care challenge. Oh, I don't have my mic plugged in. I hope you guys can hear me okay. It might sound a little muffly. I know the mic on my computer isn't the best. So I'm bundled up here because we're just getting the beginnings of the storm. It was snowing pretty heavy this morning, but now it's just flurrying. So I don't think we're supposed to get the brunt of the storm until tomorrow or tonight. I don't know. So anyway, happy Monday. I'm on here for the self-care challenge. So this week's self-care challenge is going to be all about boundaries. And I'm going to challenge you to try to look for the places where you need to set boundaries. And I have 4 questions I'm going to share with you that you can ask yourself. And these are like journaling questions, so write them down and then just give a little thought to it. It shouldn't take long. It should take like 5-10 minutes really, unless you need a lot of boundaries. So like me, like ages ago, I used to be a super people pleaser and I would do everything for everybody else and I never had any time for myself and I just needed to set some boundaries. And as time passes, we get better at this, right? Once we become aware of it, we get better at it. So the first step is always awareness, as I always say. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these warnings about a bad connection, so I hope you can hear me. So anyway, once you start becoming aware of where you need to set boundaries, it's something that becomes just a part of your daily self-care. Hold on a second. I feel like I'm going to choke. I know this looks kind of gross. It's a smoothie. It just has lots of blueberries in it. Um, so anyway, it becomes more natural and easier for you to do, but it's something that you never have to stop doing. It's always something that's going to come up as you meet new people and new situations come into your life. There's always going to be a need for a reason to set a boundary, and it doesn't mean you're being bitchy or nasty or cranky or anything like that. It's just really about letting people know what is allowable to you and what's not in your life. And if they don't really like that, then they could just not be in your life, right? So it's not really about being nasty. It's just about really, instead of not telling people what your needs and your wants are, it's just about telling them. Oh my goodness, all these alerts. My connection is bad. My connection is bad. So there's my fig tree behind me. I know it looks kind of sad, but it's getting happier, and I'm helping my fig tree build strength. So you see how it's like leaning on the wall. This was a gift from a friend because it wasn't getting enough light in her house, and so I get a lot of light right here. And so I'm putting it here, and I'm hoping to get it strong enough so that I could put it outside in the summer because that's where it really wants to be, right? And so what I have to do to make it stronger, and I read all about this, is I have to take it and I have to sway it back and forth like it would be doing if there was like a windstorm or something like that for like 5 minutes a couple of times a week. So I actually sit there and hold on to my fig tree and I swing it back and forth, back and forth. I hope it works because I feel stupid when I'm doing it, but if it works, it'll be pretty amazing, right? So I'm just trying to help it stand up on its own and be stronger. Okay, so moving forward. So in order to identify the areas where you need to set boundaries, you need to ask yourself a few questions. And I'm going to give you just 4 questions. There's probably, I bet you could just continuously ask yourself a million questions trying to dig out all these little places that you need boundaries. But we really don't want to give ourselves a ton of work. We really just want to figure out some of the places that we really need to set some strong boundaries. And this is really if you're the type of person who has never set boundaries or has maybe just needs for more boundaries, whether it's in your business or in your personal life. It is very important to have strong boundaries in your business, especially if you're coaching like I am, right? So like any business, actually, I feel like you need to have strong boundaries. This might be harder if you're working for a corporation who, I don't know, in my opinion, doesn't really always seem to have the best interests of their employees in mind. So that might be a harder, definitely more challenging place to set boundaries. Okay, so here are the 4 questions. I'm just going to get to it. Do you feel underappreciated in certain areas or maybe by a certain person? Okay, so ask yourself that question, just think about it. And then do you feel like you're being taken advantage in certain situations or by certain people? Okay, these are all different forms of the same question. If you're going to notice that, you're going to be like, this is the same question. But it's really just to help you kind of dig deeper and think about all the different situations that you might be in. Do you feel like someone's walking all over you? I used to say this all the time, especially with my kids when they were younger, right? And they don't really understand. Um, oh my God, I always felt like when they were teenagers or whatever, like they're just walking all over me. They don't respect me. They don't this, they don't that. This just means that you need to set boundaries. Boundaries are really hard with kids, especially teenagers, much easier with little kids, I think. Okay, lastly, do you feel like you never have any time to yourself? And I talked a lot about making your dreams a priority. So like being more intentional about your time last week. And so if you always feel like you don't have any time for yourself or you don't have enough time in the day, then that's a sure sign that you need to set some boundaries. And that's how you can become more intentional with your time. I feel like boundaries are really like the foundation for all self-care. Like if you don't have boundaries, you're not going to be able to receive the rewards of daily self-care, any type of self-care, because if you don't have boundaries, you're not protecting your energy in any way, shape, or form. So these are the 4 questions that I want you to ask yourself, and just like pick out the little places where you need boundaries. And I'm going to go deeper on this, so like if you really don't know how to go about starting to set boundaries, or if you want some clever ways to really talk about this, I'm going to give a few examples. I'm not going to go too deep on this because boundaries is like, I could probably talk about boundaries for like a whole month. So I'm going to give you just some really quick, easy ways to get started. And just to let you know, at some point, you guys probably know by now, I've talked about it quite a bit, that I'm doing a free masterclass series for the year of 2023. And I'm doing a total of 5 masterclasses. I already did one, and the next one is going to be at the end of April. And that one's going to be talking about core values. That's what I talked about last week. And then the one after that is going to be from people pleaser to boundary badass. So it's going to be the one after that. Now, after that, I'm not sure what the next one is. I have a few ideas, but I don't want to really announce it yet because I'm not positive. So if you want to hop on the free masterclass series, I will put a link below this. If you're watching this on YouTube, then I will put a link in the notes, in the show notes, in the comments. I don't know. I'll put a link below so that you could do that. You only have to sign up once. So if you sign up once, you'll get access to all the master classes. I just wanted to make it easy for you. So I am going to be going deeper on this topic midweek. I always go live. I talked about not going live in the group anymore, and I changed my mind. There's not a lot of activity in the group, and there's also not a lot of activity in Facebook. And so that was one of the reasons why I wasn't going to go live, but a few people talked to me about it, and I decided to still go live because either way, I'm going to be doing these recordings, and it's very easy for me to do them here and then put them onto YouTube for the people that don't want to be on Facebook. So that was one of my reasonings for not doing them. So I'm going to do the lives here and then also put them on YouTube. So if you're following my YouTube channel, you'll always be able to get them there. You won't have to hop on Facebook if you don't want to. Okay? I've been getting some complaints about Facebook. So that's why I was thinking about different ways. But I decided I love a lot of the people that I meet on here. I really do meet some really great people still on Facebook. And so I don't want to exclude it just yet. But I do encourage you to go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel there because you'll always have access to my recordings there, always, okay? And I guess the more I talk about Facebook on here, it'll probably be more of a chance of me getting banned. Oh my goodness, I can't. It's just really hard to talk live to you and then keep like getting rid of all the warnings that I keep getting on there. So those are the 4 questions. So I want you to do that. And then if you really want to go a little bit deeper, I'm going to go live on Wednesday. I don't know the time yet, but I'll announce it in here at some point. I'm also always going to go live on Instagram as long as my internet connection is cooperating. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm at Tina Stinson Coach. You could follow me over there too. And I'm go live at the same time on both those channels. And that is it today. So that's this week's self-care challenge. I hope that it's helpful. I hope that you join me in going deeper. So I'll be live on here. It'll be a lot of fun. Now, lastly, last of the news, I have exciting news that I don't know if I've announced this yet. I think I've talked about it a little bit, but I'm going to have a new club available to you guys. It's called the Chill and Flow Club, and it's to help with stress and anxiety. And as you guys know, I'm on like this journey to find as many ways to reduce stress and anxiety. And this is also going to be a topic on my podcast. I'm going to be interviewing all types of practitioners that do all types of healing services. The first guest is going to be, that podcast is going to air the last week of March. I usually distribute my podcast on Friday mornings at 5 a.m. And so it'll be available then. I'm talking to a breathwork facilitator, Dory McKeish, and it's very interesting. So I'm talking about using breathwork to help with anxiety and stress. Okay. So I'm very excited about all these things, but in the Chill and Flow Club, I'm going to be doing this. It's going to be like a monthly membership that you can cancel at any time. You will get when I do launch at the end of April. I think it's going to be at the end of April. You will get access to a 10-day free trial, so you could check it out, right? And I'm going to be talking about this all month, but I do have a wait list. So if you're even slightly interested, you're going to get monthly self-care challenges and um, different practices that you could try. There's going to be quarterly guests, different people, kind of like a breathwork facilitator, maybe a meditation coach or something like that. All types of different things. And that's going to be quarterly, but monthly we're going to have affirmations, we're going to have journal prompts. I'm going to have meditations that are created for you guys personally. And so you're going to get all this stuff monthly inside the membership, all for the cost of less than a cup of coffee a week, right? And like a fancy cup of coffee, not like the uh, I don't even know if you can get a cup of coffee for 2.50 anymore. I don't go out and buy coffees. Um, Anyway, it's very inexpensive and very affordable, and it's a great way to start practicing daily self-care and have some accountability. If you want to learn more about it, just get on the wait list. As I start talking about it more, I'll start giving more information about it. But you just get on the wait list because everybody that's on the wait list will have access to all the bonuses that I'm going to be doing during the launch, which will be in April. So I'm very excited about this. It's definitely I'm very passionate about this project because I'm excited to go through all these practices with you. There's also going to be a VIP option if you want some actual coaching. There's going to be group coaching calls for the VIP. And so I'm so excited about it. So if you're interested in getting into this membership, the Chill and Flow Club, I'm going to put a link in the comments, or if you're on YouTube, it'll be right below in the notes so that you can get on the list. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I will see you on Wednesday to go deeper into this subject. Love you guys. Bye.